Lady yields back. Mr. Marchant is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I travel around my district, one of the big subjects that comes up among my constituents is our trading relationship with China. The perception is that trade with China is a one-way street, with China sending hundreds of billions of dollars of goods and services to the United States, and with us sending very little back. The general belief among my constituents is that China is more in control of our trading environment and our economy than we are. My staff has done some research in the last few days and found out some very interesting things about the 3 counties that I represent. We got most of these figures from the U.S. China Trading Council. In Dallas, Denton, and Tarrant counties, its estimated growth in exports to China has rose 454% in the last 10 years. In these 3 counties, the top exports to China in 2010 were $513 million in chemicals, manufacturing $511 million, computers and electronics $441 million, machinery $215 million, and transportation equipment was $129 million. How will the efforts of Congress to intervene in the valuation of the Chinese currency, how will that affect these exports that are coming out of my district into China? And I'd like for both of you to respond, please.
Well, Mr. Marchant, I think your district is fairly representative of many parts of the country that have seen double-digit growth in exports in just the last 2 years to China across a very wide range of sectors. And China, by many estimates, is expected to be the biggest, fastest growing source of demand in the global system. So as we are working to expand jobs, as we are working to grow our economy, exports is going to be a bigger piece of that than has been true in any previous recovery, and exports to China figure prominently. Nonetheless, we have quite substantial challenges in terms of an unlevel playing field, in terms of a misaligned, persistently misaligned currency. And so we are going to continue to get up every day and stand up to China and make sure that China moves faster in reforming its system, in allowing its exchange rate to move, to reflect market forces, to put in place fair trade practices. I think we can do that in a way that's smart. We can do it in part by working with other trade partners, and that is why consistency with our international obligations is helpful. We can do it by recognizing China is not a monolithic system. There are interests in China that get it, that imports from the U.S. are a very good thing, that giving their consumers greater purchasing power through an aligned exchange rate is a good thing. And so we're going to try to work smart as we pursue these goals.
Thank you.
I don't have a lot to add other than to underscore the point that Undersecretary Brainerd made about how important China is for us for our exports. You know, as I had mentioned earlier, our exports to China grew 32% last year versus 16.7% to the rest of the world. So our exports to China are growing faster than they are to any other region of the world. And, you know, we face extreme challenges as we've discussed today at this hearing, but, you know, it is our exports to China are a very important aspect of the President's goal of realizing through the National Export Initiative, his goal of doubling exports over the next 4 years.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.